All right, for this first problem, you guys have to find the equation of the axis of symmetry for this parabola. Now, the weird thing about this parabola is that it's in standard form. It's not in vertex form. Vertex form is what most people are used to. Axis of symmetry, that's that line that goes right down the middle of the parabola. There's your parabola. In fact, I should probably point my arrow straight to the dotted line. Now, when you guys write your axis of symmetry, you need to say x equals always, because it depends on the x value that it's going through. So we're going to take the standard form and we're going to change this into vertex form. To do that, we're going to do a little, we're going to complete the square. The reason why we're doing that is to make a perfect square polynomial. So ignore the 2 for a second. Just look at x squared minus 2x. Some of you guys figured it out. What do you do to that 2 to find out what you're supposed to add to it to make it a perfect square? You divide it by 2, you half it, and then you square it. What is 2 halved? It's 1, right? And what is 1 squared? That is a 1. So in order to get to vertex form, we're going to add and then subtract the same number, and that's going to be a 1. Okay? We took the 2, halved it, and then squared it. That's how we got 1. You see, the x squared minus 2x is still here, and the plus 2 is still here. I grouped this one just so you guys can see it more easily. How can I rewrite this so that it says parenthesis x minus something squared? That one's going to be x minus 1 squared. Okay, that's factoring. So what we did is we took this guy, we factored it, and we rewrote it so that it has the quantity squared, just like vertex form. And then on the outside, you have a plus 1. So now it's in vertex form. You can really easily graph this now. You can see that the h is 1 and the k is 1. They're both positive 1. Wait a second, Mr. Patey, that's a minus 1. Now, I know, but the form is minus h. So that means this is a positive 1. And when I graph it, it looks like this. You go right 1, because it says minus 1. You go right 1 and then up 1. That's where your vertex is. Then you know that the axis of symmetry is right there down that line. So what's my axis of symmetry going to be? X equals 1. That's the answer for this problem. The next problem says, find the vertex of the parabola. Now you'll find that a lot of these problems put fractions right here to try to freak you out. Because guys, the axis of symmetry is always the easy x. If you can find the easy x, which is hard to do when it's in standard form, that's why I wrote it in vertex form. If you can find the easy x, then you can find the axis of symmetry. Okay, so oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys, this is an h, and h is the x value in the vertex. Okay, so there's my vertex right there, 1, 1. All right, so our easy x, the h for this one, some of you guys were able to identify it outside before you came in, is 0. And if I plug that in, I get 0 squared, and then 0 times the fraction, which is 0. 0 minus 2, what do you get? You get minus 2. And so now I have my h and my k. Now I have my vertex. That's what this one is asking right here. It's asking you guys to find the vertex. And the axis of symmetry is 0 for this one because it's a positive number in front of the x squared. This is going to be a minimum because that means this is opening up. Okay? All right. Vertex is hk. These are just extra notes. Vertex form looks like this. X minus h squared, quantity squared, times a, and then plus the k.